acknowledge you.
Acknowledge me, brother. Acknowledge me. Guys, cars are coming on track. Look at all these. Look how packed this house is, right? Give me some love over there. Make some noise, guys over there.
Can't hear you.
Well, yeah, right there. See, he's making some noise. Let's go.
You know what's crazy? I told you earlier. You look up here on 3 and 4. Coming here on Thursday as a fan, I would sit up there, and about 10 years ago, you could kick back and have a whole row to yourself. Now this place is absolutely packed. Awesome.
Not an empty seat.
No,
Love it.
not at all. I mean, just what an event this is, guys. But they need to know our picks. I will go first. The guy I'm going to keep my eye on is CJ Larry. The Alex Bowman camp has been fast all weekend long. They just have not had breaks to go their way. And with CJ starting third, I got a feel he's going to crack the ice here tonight.
Guy I'm taking is 11th prelim start. He's a 3-time A-main starter on Saturday night with the best of 5th in 2018. But he hasn't made the dance since 2020. Tonight, drought's over, 5 years over. Ryan Bernal from 5th, top 2, taking him.
Great picks. Guys, I got to go with an easy one again. I mean, how can you not pick Christopher Bell with his distant history, his recent history? But I'm going to let that one go. Maybe let one of the guys in the booth.
Oh, so you're going Thorson.
I'm not going to go Thorson. He's got a driller already. It's hard to pick against him on the front row. I'm going to go with the guy. Caleb mentioned it when he gave the lineup. The 2023 Power Eye National Midget
It's
Champion.
time.
He's had disgusting speed all night long. Quick time in his hot lap session. He went 5-1 in his heat race. He went 6-1 in his qualifier, and he starts outside the front row. The number 5 car, give me Carter Sark.
I think you guys
to watch
made
tonight.
some spicy picks down there in the infield. I love it. Well, Chris Moore, why don't you take the first pick of the booth here tonight? We'll see where Clinton goes after you. But Chris, we left you some layups.
Yeah. I want to finally win one of these.
Okay. It's been a while.
I don't know that I've ever picked the winner.
Okay. Well, this could be the kiss of death, or it could be the first time.
I got a tough choice here, but give me Christopher Bell. Sign me up.
All right.
That's easy. No explanation needed.
No, you don't have to justify that at all. All right, so Clinton, do you go off the radar, or do you take the other layup?
I mean, Brian was down there talking about Carter Sharp going 5-1 and then 6-1 and this and that, yada yada yada. There's been one guy that's been better than that because he went 6-1 and 6-1 twice.
Hindi kita gaano marinig.
Just a little bit better. I'm taking Tanner Thorson off the pole for my second winner.
It's really
May
hard to believe
pinapanood
that
ako.
he lasted to
Grace.
the 5th
I know.
pick.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, I'm ahead of you.
No,
Christopher Bell
he's
flipped up
fired
in the stands.
Sorry, see the head
Oh,
bob,
shush.
he is ready to go.
Don't ruin my feelings.
He's jamming out to himself and in his head right now. Tanner Thurston's ready to go. I have got a pile of great picks here. If you're going for the long shots, Spencer Basin from the B, Brady Bacon coming from way downtown, but I'm actually going to go a little bit further up the field. Yeah, it's going to be a run for him, but certainly inside row number 6, I think Jacob Denny has had a lot of speed and a lot of maneuverability tonight. Also kind of like where his head was at coming into tonight in my pre-race talk with him. So I will take Denny. I'll be the one who's coming for the furthest back because we went 1 through 5 and then 11 here in our picks tonight for the A main event. For entertainment purposes only at the same time. America, let's see what you chose. Hashtag Chili Bowl Picks. And as I look through, the first guy
Huwag
coming
na yun,
in
Iris.
says...
Pangdalo yun, hindi panglabas.
Wait, no, shock. Christopher Bell Racing for him on that one.
Huwag yun.
What else are we looking at as far as Chili Bowl Picks go?
Hindi panglabas yung pangdalo.
Here.
We got one in the work area.
Yung packback.
Cox?
Yeah, it might be
Yeah,
better.
Brad. Yep.
Ako tigilan mo naman, Iris. Huwag mo kong initin ang ulo. Ewan ko ba sa'yo kung ba't yun ang binibili
We're
mo.
international, baby. I like it.
Ang pinabibili ko sa'yo yung ano.
But has Eric List put his
Yung,
pick in from
backpack.
Arizona State yet?
No, but he's a
Shoulder
shoulder
bag.
too. We
Ba't
know
yun ang
Eric.
binili
we
mo?
know Eric.
If he's not out calling college hockey tonight,
Hindi yung panglabas. Pangdalo yung sa Quintamon at saka ano, assembly.
Thanks for ruining it. My phone died right before overtime, so I was going to watch that tonight after
Packback ang
the
gamitin mo
post-race
sa
party.
paglabas.
But it's probably better I don't bang my head on a wall too hard.
Yun ang sabi ko sa'yo.
Schulter's picking Casey Schumann as
Huwag ka na
boss.
magtanong.
That's a good pick.
Sumunod ka na lang.
I'm wondering if anybody's willing to take Spencer Basin.
Huwag Huwag na matigas ang ulo.
You're not taking one of the guys we've taken. Then
You're probably coming out of left field on that one. Got a Carter Sarf pick here. Like that. Casper is picking a guy who's not racing. That's fine. Yeah. All right. So picks are generally in. Thank you guys for participating again. Wherever you are around the world, we appreciate you being tuned in here to our Flow Racing broadcast.
My buddy Peyton Talbot says Thorson all the way.
All right. If we get a Bell and Thorson 1-2 run here, we're going to be spoiled. But at the same time, any of these guys can come up and really make this a show. I just want to see a show. That's what I'm after.
I have no doubt we are in for a show.
Guys, let me chime in here real quick. The 45 of Bradley Cox, who was over in the work area. I ran over here and got to talk to one of the crew members. They said that his ignition was unplugged. They popped the hood, got it plugged in. He's good to go in the 45.
Thank you, Brian Ward. Great work from him, Earl Hoon, and Blake Anderson. Great reporters, infield reporters. Great work from Chris Wilder tonight as well on his night off, getting us the lineups, everything like that. Great work from all of our drivers, a part of our drivers only broadcast. Our surprise couple of entries with Santino Ferrucci and Mitchell Moles. We had a busy booth tonight, guys, but ready to get to work.
Ready to get to work, in fact, as yellow lights still blinking in and around the track. They're making their final lineup adjustments. The pace truck is still out there. You can see the light bulbs going off from the grandstands and from the photographers in and around, getting their last second shots of this amazing field of cars. One more preliminary night to come up after this.
Caleb, how come you're not waving to the Hard Rock girls when they go by?
They're waving to me.
Yeah, oh, that's how it works. Okay.
All right, thank you, Blake. Lights are out on the Expo Raceway, the 39th running of the Chili Bowl Nationals, presented by NOS Energy Drink. We get set to go green. Thursday prelim feature. Tanner Thorson, Carter Sarf are going to bring us to green. We get set to go. Ladies and gentlemen, clear the dance floor. Freshen your glass. Find the best seat in the house. The open wheel midgets are ready to dance.
Fantastic start. Tanner Thorson down the back straightaway, trying to get some pad between himself and Sarf. Sarf up and around the high side, Leary down low. It is Thorson leading lap number one here in the prelim A main.
Tanner Thorson quickly out and about, working on the bottom side. Here's a battle back here, third and fourth. Leary going to venture up to the top side. Bell, here goes Sarf. Battle for the lead. Thorson with a slide job. Sarf got tight, but here comes a crossover down the backstretch.
Well read by Carter Sarf, coming, picking the front end off, and Sarf leads lap number three. Carter Sarf ahead of Tanner Thorson. Thorson will go into chase mode. He'll be the predator, not the prey, as he hunts for speed in and behind him in the second spot. Carter Sarf taking off and adding some pad over Thorson.
Oh, we got a multi-car pileup over here. Several involved in turn number three. Baston, Wyndham, looks like Andrew Deal, Parker Jones,
Edwards.
Bradley
Edwards,
Fazzard
yeah,
are upside
Cheryl.
down.
All right, so your six cars: Fazzard, Sherrill, Wyndham, Edwards, Deal, and Baston, running 16th-ish from the start of them.
Cheryl was 12th.
Okay.
Cheryl 12th, Wyndham 14th, 15th Edwards, 16th Fazzard, yeah, Deal 19, Baston 22.
Yeah.
Guys, Baston's car looks good to go. He just kind of slid in at the tail end. Deal has a broken right front shock. Edwards, a broken right front shock. And
Are they going to have enough room in the work area for all these cars?
there's enough guys over there to work on it.
Brian, what do you see there with Wyndham and Cheryl? Wyndham looks like parked on top of the front end.
Yeah, I mean, he got the right front up over the hood. The bottom rail was kind of rested on his left front tire. So they'll just try and move it away. But Edwards is kind of in the way of not allowing them to get Wyndham's car over. So they're going to have to just move one car at a time here.
Edwards might have the damage here because that right front is pinned on his left rear right now, Brian.
You can see that from our shot that we've got going in the corner right now. Yeah, it's an interesting puzzle to try to pull apart. IBOC replay from the BR speed cam.
Wyndham over Matt Sherrill's nose to start that, and everyone funneled in.
Wyndham's probably going to have to replace the left rear tire here. He's got Edwards' bumper squeezed in between the left rear tire and his nerf bar. See, they're trying to pull Edwards away here, and it's pulling Wyndham's car sideways.
We just saw the Baston car roll away, and front end of it looked okay, at least from my perspective, but you never know. Now they've got Edwards.
The
Oh, yeah.
shocks broke right
Shocks
there.
broke
You
off.
can see the coil spring
Edwards.
dangling.
Yeah, the eye broke off of the shaft there.
Okay, so Wyndham, whose right rear was up on top of Cheryl's hood.
Is he going to be able to drive away?
Blake's down in looking at the left rear corner.
It looks okay. The rear end maybe shifted over just a little bit, but it's rolling all right.
You can deal with that.
They've already got Pizarro out of the work area in the 938. He just has a pushed-in rear bumper, but everything else looked good to them. They're going to send him back on the track.
Did you get a chance to look at his left rear, Brian? It looked like maybe shifted there a little bit too when he came in. It was kind of rubbing on the drag length or the front end, sorry, but appears to be good.
Yeah, I didn't get a close look at Pizarro, and I'm over here at Deal's car right now. Again, he was one of the ones that needed a right front shock. They've got the new shock on. They're just trying to get everything buttoned up, tighten the bolts on that. Looking at everything else, they're looking over here on the left side of the car. Justin Patoska's down here. Connor Thompson's down here. The Tub guys are here. Josh and Trey Marshall both have their hands on this car.
Remember, too, guys, when you're dealing with these midgets, everything on the left rear is very compressed. There's not a whole lot of room for additional clearance, spacing, etc. So what may look shifted over could just be the natural clearance that they've got in that car.
So another problem with Deal, it was the lower radius rod on the right front. They're trying to get a new lower on here. They've got it buttoned in on the front. They're going to have to pull that axle forward a little bit to get it on the spud there back on the chassis. They're trying to pry it with the bent radius rod just to get it back so they can pop it on.
We're 4 laps into this as work continues. Carter Sarf, Tanner Thorson, CJ Leary, Christopher Bell, and Ryan Burnell, Parker Jones, Shane Cottle, Kyle Spence up to 8th, Matt Westfall 9, and Jacob Denny is 10.
And Clinton, Caleb, you can tell me, with Wyndham, there couldn't have been a half inch between that left rear and that back bar. Is that standard on a midget, the way they're running them again?
It's tied up against that left rear arm.
Yeah, that's about right.
I saw Clinton's favorite tool over here in the work area too. They just cut a couple bars off of the right side nerf bar from Deal. That Sawzall was putting in work.
That's what we like to see. A little elbow grease never hurt anything.
Nerf bars are cheap.
Yep.
Set them up. Get them going.
Surprising that big of a pile up. And just about everybody who
Everyone,
believes
yeah.
out of that and going to continue.
So 4 in, 26 to go. Sarf surprising Thorson by taking the lead from him on lap 3 and starting to add some distance. All the drivers had a chance now to grab for some rebound or compression on their shock, depending on what they're looking to do and adjust on the race cars. But a long race left to go. They'll turn the lights out here in the arena, and we will bring them back to green single file style with the cone in the front straightaway. Can't hit the cone, can't go underneath the cone, can't advance your position before it as they'll roll through the turn. Sarf to the gas pedal. Up top, boy, that front end flew high. There goes Tanner Thorson taking full advantage. Carter Sarf trying to settle down the front of the 5, coming back after, but on the restart, Thorson back to the lead on lap 5.
One mistake at the wrong time for Carter Sarf and Thorson out in front. But here comes Christopher Bell digging off the bottom side. Thorson and Sarf will go to the top. Bell going to roll the Merv down there at 3 and 4. Sarf now trying to shut the door on Christopher Bell, and CJ Leary not too far out of the fight either.
Sarf with the lane adjustment down to the low side. Once Bell showed his strength on the bottom, Thorson has gone to the top. Looks to be comfortable up there. Now Sarf back to the top to try to chase him down. Bell has got the low side. Working for him side by side. 4 seconds into turn 3.
Yeah, suddenly Carter Sarf looks like he's struggling a little bit on the top, at least over there in 1 and 2. It's where Christopher Bell's been making up time on the 5 car. Trying to do it again down here in 1 and 2. Sarf hits it well that time. Still side by side they roll for the third spot. Oh, a mistake from Thorson. Here come the back 2.
They've been closing on for 2 laps now, Clinton.
Yeah, they've been closing right in on Tanner. Tanner's still tight on the curb, and Christopher is rolling some hot bottom right now in the 71W.
We may have a lead change this time at the line. We do, as we are 10 laps into this. No, we're 7 laps into this at this point, and Christopher Bell is out in front.
Christopher Bell working that bottom side. Believe we are now 11 laps in. Yeah, the scoreboard over there is caught up, Caleb.
Okay.
It is 11 laps in. Thorson now maybe picking up the pace a little bit after watching Christopher Bell get by. Lap car, Bradley Fazzard up on the top side in front of Thorson. He goes to the middle. Bell still rolling that bottom side.
Remember, Thorson, quite the mechanic in race car. He is not afraid to be grabbing for shots, even during green flag action, as he looks to make that car even better. Up around the top goes Bell. Thorson keeping him within a couple of car lengths as they rocket down the back straightaway. This next time by, 14 down, 16 to go. Chris Moore, we're approaching halfway home. Bell's in control for the time being.
Yeah, Bell has made the move to the top. That's what I've been keeping my eye on. He ran the bottom to get to the front, but now he's going to move up to the top side. Thorson pacing him well right now, and Carter Sharp trying to climb his way back into the picture. The 5 car suddenly starting to reel in your lead duo. There's more lap traffic on the horizon, and Bell going to go to the bottom, leave the top open for Thorson.
Lane change from Bell just beyond halfway. Clinton.
Yeah, just a little bit further back. We're bringing CJ Leary and Ryan Bernal with them, closing in on these guys as your leaders are catching lap traffic.
Up to the top again goes Christopher. I think he saw all that lap traffic down low and said, all right, I'll lane change one more time. No big deal. Thorson still keeping pace with him, and Sarf not too far back in the picture as Thorson explores the bottom in turn 3.
Sarf in a good spot as they start to go at it. He jumped the cushion there down in 3 and 4. Thorson going to the bottom, but he's got a couple of lap cars. Bradley Cox, the first one in the Bell bobbles on the cushion. He gets into Thorson. Here comes Sarf with a head of steam down the back straightaway.
Oh, everybody can't make a clean lap there, and nobody changes position. Bell is not really progressing on traffic here at the back of the field. Slightly surprising. That's what allowed second and third to stay as close as they have. 10 to go this time by, and there is Bernal for Leary at 4.
Jacob Denny has climbed into the picture for that 4th spot as well. Caleb Leary back to the bottom. Down here in 1 and 2. Bernal putting the whip to it up on the high side. He'll hold off Leary for now for the 4th spot. Leary with a slider line down in 3 and 4. Oh, Bernal bounces off the front stretch wall, and the yellow lights are out.
Caution flag comes, and it might be at an advantageous time as up and over goes Cheryl. Cheryl running in 17th right then. There's a lot to diagnose for what we just saw, outside of the fact that Bell really not able to do anything with traffic, but observation part 2 before they get this over. Middle of this racetrack, Clinton's really dirty.
Yes, the dirtiest we've seen it all weekend long, or all week long, and it's really giving these guys some fits. Tanner, wanted to throw some slide jobs, but you hit that dirty, and you got to be so careful because it's so easy to spin your tires and, get yourself in a bad position.
I feel like Carter Sarf has had some opportunities for a big run, especially down here in 3 and 4, but every time that Tanner Thorson maybe stumbles a little bit on the high side, Carter gets tight on the cushion and Tanner's able to pull away, but it's been fun to watch that battle of Carter Sarf close back in and kind of battle with him a little bit, and 9 to go, going to be interesting.
So some other movers, guys, and taking a look, you mentioned Jacob Denny up to 6th. Frank Flood's 9th from 13. What a night for Frank.
Casey Schumann, a B feature, transfers up to 12th. Brody Fusen, Brady Bacon, 12, 13, and 14th, all B main transfers.
With most of this field still running, too. Fazzard down a lap, but everybody else on the lead lap at that point. If Cheryl fires off, lead lap guard tag at the back.
We'll see.
Matt Sherrill will be able to fire off. He just hit the cushion, did a little Tommy tip over. No damage. He'll be able to rejoin the field.
Mag sandals ka na lang,
Thank
ha,
you,
huwag
Earl.
kang magsapatos.
These guys
Sandals mo.
putting our infield workers through their paces
Mag
here in
sandals
this
ka na lang.
A main.
21 down and 9 to go, Chris. Fascinating features so far. Christopher Bell in control. He's led since lap number 10. Tanner Thorson in second.
Tapusin mo na yung sa yung sa
Carter
bantayan
Sarf
mo,
is
Iris.
third. Ryan Bernal and CJ Leary rounding out your top 5.
Pati yung yung sa Bible
Tricky
reading.
situation here for Christopher because I feel like the bottom of 3 and 4 can be just as good as the
Sa
top.
Sabado nga pala.
A lot of moisture to get a hold of on exit right there and launch yourself down the front stretch, but it doesn't necessarily set yourself up really well to get into turn 1.
You'd rather be Christopher or Tanner right
Sa
here?
Sabado. Sabado
Probably
ng
Christopher. I think you can just set your own pace, and there's plenty of mistakes. So if you can make a few clean
Meron na akong
corners
binili
here, that
bagong
the guys behind you might be making a mistake just
Tapos
pushing, trying to catch you.
Yung pinagbilhan ng computer.
Christopher, fire around the top here or turn down.
After.
Downstairs he goes, and boy, Thorson got way wide up and around. Had to scramble back to the bottom.
I think Christopher missed the bottom in 1 and 2, but no one able to capitalize.
Look out, Jacob Danny off the pace, got battered around a little bit as Leary and Bernal both went to the top. And sneaking around down low. And in the fifth is Parker Jones.
Yeah, Parker Jones having a really good showing right now. Leary gets tight on the cushion. Side by side here. Jones by Bernal. Bernal climbs the front stretch wall again. Did just before the yellow. Able to, again, keep it rolling though. Matt Westfall in the picture there as well. Now Bernal gonna run a slider line down here in 3 and 4. Jones keep pedaling on the bottom side. Still a good battle there. 4 and 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th all on the screen.
Tanner Thorson up to the high side, chasing Bell. We have a lead change coming down. Thorson trying to get to the bottom.
What?
Take away the line. Bell downstairs. Thorson leads.
What you gonna
on
do
left
now?
to
Ow!
upside down, biggest Schumann.
That hurt.
So Tanner Thorson takes the lead back on 25 by .042.
Just in the nick of time, too, with the yellow flag coming out here.
Oh, nanonood ako ng racing. Sandali lang.
Casey Schumann will set her rubber side down as he was up to 12th.
Schumann already has his helmet off, guys. That was a vicious ride for Casey. He got into the front stretch barrier. You can see some damage to the signs. That's where he got in. Left front dug in, straight up in the air, and tumbled end over end for about 3 times. Good to see him get out of this car under his own power. We're going to let him take his time and talk to the safety officials, guys.
Ibach replay. Watch it at the edge of your screen. Yeah, you got the tail end of that, and that was vicious.
Hurt.
We've seen some big ones tonight. That front stretch wall is no joke right now. Bernal's grabbed it a
Whoa.
handful of times.
He needs to sit
And,
down.
Don't know for sure. Obviously, we didn't see, but certainly plausible that it reached out and grabbed Casey Schumann there as well, and that's what sent him over and over. As they're all set.
Cautions they're gonna
I
have.
Now
know.
Taylor Thorson is in control.
Bell is second.
And
Who's the other
Clint,
one?
what are you doing right
Thornton?
now if you're
Thorson's
Chris Bell?
good,
You just
though.
watch
He's
Thorson
real good.
drive around you on the
Tanner
top.
Thorson, he's good.
I
What can
want
you do
him
here
to
to try and
win,
make something
not
happen?
Bell.
Yeah, I think you just
Yeah,
kind of do
I like
the
to see
opposite
Bell
of
get
what
humbled
the
a
team
little.
does
I'm
in
not a
1
fan
and
of
2,
Bell.
and you know you
I
have
like
to.
Bell, but I want to see Thorson win.
It's tough to tricky to try to figure out what Tanner's going to do because he made the pass on the top, but it wasn't like it was probably a comfortable place to be for him. I think Tanner, you know, you guess that Tanner's going to go high
That's
or
really
slide himself.
crunchy. Ano yung kinakain mo?
You maybe try to
Masyado
stick the bottom if you
napakautong
feel
naman
good down there if you're
Ano yan?
Christopher, but he just drove around you so you don't feel like
Ano
you can
yan?
spend too long down there. You maybe get 1 or 2 corners, and if he doesn't mess up in those 1 or 2 corners, you got to get going and try to build a run on him.
Ah?
Thorson, Bell,
Ah?
Sarf,
Patingin.
Leary, Jones now 1 through 5.
Hugot yung ulo mo. Baba mo konti yung
5 to
camera.
go.
I think Tanner slides himself here in 1 and 2. He seemed to do that to get by Bell, and it seemed fairly comfortable.
Gonna break it down off the
Chicharon?
bottom. A very similar start from what Bell had. Bell will jump to
happened?
position and try to track him down. Looking for some stability, but it's a good restart for Thorson for now. Bell back to the bottom of 3 and 4. 4 laps to go in the battle for the lead.
What you gonna do now, Bell?
Third spot. Bell down on the bottom side, trying to show Thorson.
Ow,
Good run off the top side of 1 and 2. Opens up a couple of car lengths. Bell back to the bottom. 3 laps to go.
Oh,
Good bottom
yeah.
from Thorson. Now he'll go to the
What are you gonna do now, Bell?
He stuck the entrance to turn number 1. Huge for Tanner Thorson. He'll go back to the high side of 3 and 4. Moseying around with 2 laps to go. Thorson in control. Bell
Come on,
looking for
Thorson.
something. Pulls even
There you go.
at the apex.
Oh, no.
Can't get by as they're coming to the white flag.
Yeah, Thorson might be home free right now.
Oh,
As
my God.
Bell with that slide job
What?
lost some ground. Thorson now clear.
What?
Pushes on the top side of 1 and 2 though. Bell trying to creep to the inside down the back straightaway.
Who's gonna win? Thorson.
Yellow coming out.
Why?
Just
Oh,
as Thorson
Thorson.
was coming to the checkered, it's Leary and Parker Jones.
What?
They were
What's
third
wrong with
and
Thorson?
4th as Carter Sarf
Huh?
drives at 9th.
Hey, Carter Sharp up the ramp, guys. Just turned right going up the ramp.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Heartbreak for Sarv. Top
Bell got a
5
chance
though,
to steal
way
it.
different. Leary out, Burnell out. Or sorry, not Burnell, Jones out. It'll be Burnell back to third. Westfall
Alam mo yung
and
pinakain mo, masyado
Danny making up
malutong.
the top 5 on the restart.
Si Gerard?
Both of these drivers, guys, were fighting hard for the bottom side of the racetrack. Larry missed his mark just a little bit going into the turn. Parker was there. His left sides were on the inside berm. Unfortunately, they just ran out of room for each other as they get together here off of corner number 2, guys.
Guys, Taylor Thorson, there's a lot of smoke coming out of that oil breather. That talking to a couple crew guys out there said that's normal, but that's more than normal. So something to keep an eye on.
We get a look here at Carter Sark rolling through the pit area. A heartbreak for him, was in great position to at least be in a good spot for the B. So we get an iBox Springs instant replay of what happened here between Parker Jones and CJ Leary. Jones rolling the bottom side. Leary tries to shut the door on him. And, oh, man. Bernal.
Wow.
Wow.
Ryan Bernal with the throttle out of the year.
I mean, but that's huge now.
Had to.
Guys,
Why,
I'm
you
going
want
to give you an
them to
update
win?
here in turn 2.
Did I say
CJ
it?
Larry
Oh, why?
left
What's wrong with Thorson?
rear is
I don't-
flat.
Thorson, I don't mind Thorson winning right now.
I don't want them to win.
If he's going to be getting underway in the 41.
You're definitely a few
Hands
minutes
up
behind.
to Our crew up
He
at the
can steal
top
it,
as
for
Sarf
sure.
walks in
He's-
heartbroken. Do not be shocked if you see some tempers up at the very top at the end of this race.
We'll see. I mean, that looked a lot like hard racing from, for that third spot, fighting for the same real estate. But
In the heat of the moment, hard racing can be misinterpreted.
Problem is that's the third, maybe fourth night in a row for Bowman's camp that something has happened that doesn't go their way. That starts to build on you.
yeah, Alex Bowman has definitely taken his fair share of lumps. You saying that this building doesn't owe anybody anything. If there's anybody right now that does owe, it's got to be Alex Bowman and his guys.
So we're going to go to overtime here. Green light checkered on the finish. We'll go to lap 31. They typically give them one try to get that done, and if it works, great, and if not, you might see green white.
Yeah, you get one shot at it, green, then white, then checker. And if that one doesn't work, you go green and white together and checker. That's what it was announced as at the drivers' meeting this week.
And there's the left rear coming off. We get a good look. I believe this is Nate Hartman's camera from the inside of turn number 3. And the new one going on.
Set, put him down.
Yeah.
All right, Leary's going to have a chance to restart the back. Now we know Jones refired. So
Yeah, I mean,
fireworks could ensue on track first.
We're down to 20 cars left.
Lights are out though.
Oh, no.
All right, 2 to finish this. Thorson trying to hold off Bell now at the very end.
I won't tell you
Similar
one.
looking restart.
I won't tell you
Green
one.
is out. Christopher's going to go
Oh,
up to the
your
high
TV's
side, digging
advanced.
for whatever he can find up there. Has a really good run on Thorson going into 3. Gets to the top. Thorson
Bell's gonna
slices
steal
himself.
it for
One
sure.
to go. Bell right there.
Oh.
So's Burnell.
Burnell?
On the inside, 3 wide for the lead down here to 1 and 2. Thorson jumps the berm. Bernal to the bottom side. Thorson gets the drive.
Burnell?
And the 3 and 4 for the final time. Bernal slides up. Tanner Thorson holds him.
Thorson.
He'll get the win. Second
Bell fans.
go to Ryan Bernal.
Ah! Oh my gosh!
That means he's got to race in the
I
B.
know.
He's got to go to the B main tomorrow.
Wow.
On the final lap, Tanner Thorson's going back to victory lane at
What
the
happened to
station
you,
center.
Bell?
Wow.
It doesn't get any better
Got
than
some work to do.
God, that's great.
It
That
does not get
hurt.
better than this.
That is
was
hurt big
awesome.
time.
Thorson pulls it out by 0.508. 700ths of a second, actually 0.068 between Burnell and Bell, who now goes to the front of the P main. And Tanner Thorson's time to celebrate. He was undefeated here on Thursday night, but boy, he was pushed at the end.
He earned that one 1,000%. He gives a hat tip to the Rowdies over there in turn number 2. Polish victory lap for Tanner Thorson.
That
An
is hurt.
outstanding race. Looked like for a minute there Ryan Bernal might get them both, especially after Thorson kind of ate the cushion in turn number 2, but he throttled out of it and had just enough to hang on.
Guys, let's get some love for 3 through 8. Bell Matt Westfall 4, Jacob Denny 5, Frank Flood 6, Kyle Spence 7, and Shane Cottle is B-main bound on the Saturday night program at 8th. What a race.
Man. That
Yes,
yellow.
it is.
We hear the old PSGs from our late model friends,
yeah.
James Essex, Dustin Jarrett, and Ben Shelton, but that one we got
Not
a yellow at the
bad,
perfect
not
time.
bad.
Set up an absolute dandy of a finish.
Great
And
race.
Tanner Thorson emerges from it back to victory lane here at the Chili Bowl. I know he wants the big one on Saturday, but I'm sure this one feels really, really good. And we know he's got speed. He timed quickest for the Race of Champions, drew the invert of 4, and then put Christopher Bell on the pole. And Bell was able to walk away from there, but Thorson gets it done tonight.
Congratulations to his wife Shaylee and father-in-law Stevie Smith as we go down to the house.
Mr. Ryan Bernal, what a race we saw. All right, how about it,
What
race
Bell
fans?
gonna
One more
say?
time, let him hear ya. Tanner Thorson with a big dub. Buddy, you getting the money's worth tonight, son?
Yeah, man, that was awesome. Hats off to Christopher. He could have probably slid me pretty hard there a couple times and, raced me clean and like I do with him as well. So hats off to him. Big shout out to Hasty Bake. This is their night. Came on board with us. Everybody that doesn't have a Hasty Bake, go get yourself one because you ain't experienced a steak yet.
Man, talk about Chris getting by you early, and then on that restart, you climb back up on the wheel, took the point away, ripping off the top of 4, and then the biggest move of the race was to take the nose away and the line going into turn 1 after that.
Yeah, man, the curb was so tough tonight, and it's badass it's this way, but it took me a yellow to get tuned in on my shocks. I couldn't quite get to them under green, so I was just kind of riding there and honestly hoping for a yellow. So
That hurt.
once I got
I was
tuned in on
just
the shocks a
listening to
little bit, I was
Bell's
able to
interview.
kind of plow the curb a lot harder. And
I wanna hear it.
hats off to Willie Kane, Factory Kane Shocks, State and Racing Engines.
Go ahead.
Maxima Race Oils, they came on board with us for this year at Chili Bowl as well, and I can't thank them enough for all they do for us.
Oh, I have to tell
I
you.
had to do a little Polish victory lap because I'm missing Rico right now, so
And your
see if we
TV
can do another one
crooked.
for him on Saturday.
Right, so
One hell of a run, buddy. You
advanced.
wowed the
Mine's
fans.
late.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that is Tanner Thorson, your winner on Hasty
That's
Bake
your TV's a
Charcoal
cheater.
Grills qualifying night number 4. How about this, Tanner?
So the way we do it, the house gets the winner real quick, and then we get our guys
I
in
wanna
position to
hear
go
Bell.
3 to 2 to 1. So we'll
Covering
get a
now.
word or two
What's
with
he
Tanner
gonna
coming up
say?
here a little
No, it's all
bit.
good, really. I'm actually,
Earl is ready with
I'm-
third place Christopher Bell. Earl.
I have no problem with it, man.
Oh, okay.
Rounding out the podium tonight, Christopher Bell. I know you wanted to win this thing, but still all smiles when you got out of this midget. Man, walk me through that final lap. You guys were 3 wide coming to the checkered.
This place just never ever disappoints. It's called Expo Magic, and it happens every year at the Chili Bowl. If you're watching at home, you need to get next year. So I honestly don't even know what happened the last lap. Like I'm
It's a
trying to
great
play
place.
that restart back, and I'm like, okay, if Tanner opens up turn 1, I'm gonna take it. But then he'd been closing it off, so I tried to get momentum, and I did get momentum. And then I was hoping he was gonna go up in 3, and he kind of slid across and broke my momentum, and then Bernal snuck by on the bottom. So that was bonkers.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, like you mentioned it, the big story, the racetrack has been great all night. We had a long green flag run there in the first half of that race. You had a little bit of difficulty trying to get through lap cars. Was the setup just not to your liking? Do you had to adjust on it at all?
I mean, I don't know. The car was doing what I needed it to do. Just need to go back and watch it. You know, I felt like I got in a really good rhythm on the top, and then I was struggling to pass the lap cars, and I saw Tanner throw his nose in there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and get back down. I started feeling pretty good on the bottom, and then Tanner circled me. So, I don't know, man. That race was just wild. That was awesome, and that's why everybody loves the Chili Bowl.
No doubt about it. Christopher Bell goes.
Great attitude,
is-
man.
finished
I mean, he's just having
third
fun.
Here
Yeah.
on prelim night.
I didn't
And
expect
that's
him to
why
be so.
everybody loves the Chili Bowl. Cut, print,
That is a
soundbite,
good
good to
one.
go.
No, that's good though.
Yeah.
Great race by Christopher. Doesn't work out for him with 1 lap to go, but really showed he's got some stuff to compete on Saturday night.